Having low Iman is destroying your ambitions. And if you have a lot of ambition, but very little execution, you're not going to be making any progress towards any of your goals in deen and in dunya. So when I was 13 up until I was 19, so 6 years total, I had low Iman. I could literally feel that I was distant from Allah. I had so many goals. So many goals. I wanted to learn Arabic, wanted to work out, I wanted to get better in my diet, so many things. And by the time I was 19, I looked back at my life and I'm like, the teenage years are supposed to be prime time. Like I'm sitting there watching, I was very into Cristiano Ronaldo. I watch his like highlights and his skills. Like at 17, this guy's playing professional. Look at him at 17, and I'm literally 19, and I feel like I haven't learned anything new. I haven't made any progress in any area of my life, and I just feel like a bum. Why do I have such low iman? It's not normal to go this long with having such low iman. And then I was thinking, is it because I have low iman that I don't feel like taking action? Or is it because I don't take action that I have low iman? Iman is our like anchor in life. And if we can't get ourselves to do the things we need to do for our deen, and if we end up doing bare minimum in our deen, it only makes sense that you're going to be doing bare minimum in dunya. But have you ever thought about this? Maybe it's not your low iman that's resulting in you procrastinating, not taking action, not being as productive as possible. Maybe the cycle you're in, the routine that you currently have, results in you having low iman. Maybe what you're doing to fix your iman isn't the problem. Maybe the problem is the daily routine that you're doing that keeps resulting in you having low iman. We can't focus on trying to increase our iman if we don't first remove what's lowering it. Believe it or not, there's actually three things that heavily affect your iman. It's your mind, your body, and your heart. Now, I know the heart is kind of, if you're like very new to the concept of taking care of your heart in Islam, that's where Iman lies in anyway. Iman lies in the heart, but not the physical heart, the spiritual heart. And if the heart is affected, then it also heavily affects your mind and your body. And the opposite is true. If you negatively affect your body or your mind, then they have a direct impact on your heart. They're all intertwined. Imam al-Ghazali has this in his book. This is all Islamic psychology. I've been researching a lot because I'm working on making a free course on how to beat procrastination according to Islam. Link down below. And if so, your daily routine is involved with doing a lot of bad habits that are affecting your mind, then as a result, you're going to affect your heart. And so if you're doing a lot of the instant gratification habits and cheap dopamine habits, they're going to influence your heart. They're going to have a direct correlation, a direct impact on your iman. And so, yes, even though some of the bad habits you're doing are halal, it's affecting your iman. So I ask you this, what do you value more? Having high iman or having such a high amount of instant gratification? Are you willing to sacrifice the instant gratification so you can higher your iman? There's this balance that goes on. The more instant gratification you have, the more you affect your mind, your physical health, which affects your iman. But if you focus on sacrificing just a little bit of the instant gratification, you don't have to sacrifice it completely. We start to rebalance the scale. The more you can sacrifice the instant gratification stuff, then the more you'll higher the scale of high iman. Isn't that amazing? All you have to do is just tweak a little bit of stuff in your daily routine because we can't higher our iman without removing what's lowering it first. Take note of what it is exactly that weakens your mind and weakens your body, because those habits are what directly influence the heart. Those are the habits that are in your daily routine that are resulting in you having low iman. So it doesn't matter what you try to do to fix your iman, you're in a daily routine that results in you having low Iman anyway. So once you're aware of the exact habits that are weakening your mind and your body, and I know for a fact that if you're a righteous Muslim man who has all these ambitions, that by itself means you have a lot of expectations for yourself. And we're kind of in the phase where you're just falling a little bit short of that. So it depends on what you value the most: instant gratification or high Iman. Right now, the scale is unbalanced. Do you want to balance it? I'm just saying, consider the fact that maybe you're valuing the instant gratification more than your Iman. That's the problem. What you can do is say, you know what, I value high Iman. I value my relationship with Allah, pleasing Him, over this instant gratification that's a part of the dunya anyway, even though it's halal. That's the test, is will you detach from what's making you feel disconnected from Allah? And Allah just wants to see if you're willing to sacrifice the instant gratification in exchange for high Iman. You're a businessman. You've gone on this beautiful journey, this rare, legendary journey of taking the unconventional path. We kind of know some things about wealth and time and leverage that a lot of people in society unfortunately don't know. So then you also understand that if you were to make a business deal with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He will never fail you or disappoint you. And if you were to make a business deal with Allah, that the return on investment would be so much higher than what you originally invested in. So think of sacrificing the instant gratification to have higher levels of Iman as a business deal with Allah. So think of sacrificing the instant gratification as a business deal. And what you'll get in exchange of this business deal is more Iman. The more you sacrifice, the more you're going to get closer to Allah. The more you can keep sacrificing the instant gratification for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you're going to start feeling things in your hearts, which is weird. And it's kind of weird to talk about this, like, yeah, in your hearts and this and that. But genuinely, Islamically, this is super important because that's where Iman lies anyway. And so if you can sacrifice the things that are ruining your mind and your body, which have a direct correlation to your heart, which is where Iman lies in, then naturally you're going to have more Iman if you just focus on the things that strengthen your mind and strengthen your body. And if you're doing a business deal with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which will never fail you, if the business deal is I'll sacrifice the instant gratification in exchange for more Iman, then how are you not going to increase your ambition? Inshallah, once you start experiencing higher levels of Iman, even if it's just a little bit higher than where you're at now, you're going to say this was so worth it. You're going to actually regret the fact that you didn't sacrifice the instant gratification stuff earlier. Subhanallah. I used to think this was such a hard problem to fix, but it's genuinely so simple. And Islam has it all, man. And I know you've been struggling, and I don't want you to give up. And Allah knows. Allah knows you're genuinely putting in the effort. He knows that you're struggling with these problems. He knows, bro. So take it easy on yourself. Don't beat yourself up so much. Where you're at now is just a test. And I know, inshallah, you'll pass this test. Alright, man? Jazakallah khair. Do not buy into your emotions and justify with logic. Assalamu alaikum.